Hello, welcome to Two Mics, One Mac. I'm your host, Bennett Spear, with my boy, Sam.
How's it going?
And my boy, Henrique.
I'm becoming more of a regular part of this podcast.
You really are. It's just more of coincidence, I guess.
Yeah.
It's because we keep needing to record in your car.
Yeah.
An unfortunate set of events.
Get ready for episode 2 in Henrique's car.
Oh,
It's got the best audio.
I don't know. It's weird. I don't know how this car gets good audio. Is it like
It's the padding.
Is it the padding in your car?
The padding.
Wow. Who'd have thought that shit quality in your car would have been really good for a podcast?
oh man. And recording in his car is not the only thing that's changing for us.
That's true. So, there's a lot that's happening in the current state of our channel right now. So we're trying to move off Spotify, which is where
off
we...
Spotify?
SoundCloud.
We're
God.
moving off SoundCloud.
Moving off
On to
SoundCloud.
Spotify if we're ever that cool.
Yeah.
Spotify, I do know that you need to have at least 5 episodes for it to go on Spotify.
Oh boy, guess what episode we're on?
Hey!
What episode is it? It's episode 5.
Number 5.
Number 5. But yeah.
But yeah, we're getting off SoundCloud because they want to charge us money, and no.
Yeah. So, in case you don't know, SoundCloud, after 3 hours of upload, they actually start to charge you for any further uploads, which is fine for music because 3 hours of music is really a lot.
Yeah.
But for a podcast, that's not exactly the ideal platform that you want.
Unless you want to pay for it.
I mean, to be
Unless-
fair, SoundCloud was never the ideal platform for a podcast ever.
SoundCloud is never the ideal platform for anything.
Accurate.
I highly disagree. I listen to all my podcasts on SoundCloud. that's actually not a lie. I was actually listening just to a podcast
Oh my
on
God.
SoundCloud.
Oh my god.
And it wasn't even ours.
It wasn't yours. No.
What? How could you do this to us, Henry?
I very easily.
But
So,
no.
because we're starting new, we don't really feel the need to spend a lot of money right now.
Absolutely.
And so we decided
Just go on YouTube.
that we're just
YouTube,
going to go
yeah.
on YouTube. Yeah.
Right.
And we're just going to start uploading on YouTube.
Just a static image with our voice behind it until we make up enough money to buy a camera.
Yeah, and hopefully record us so you can see our big dumb faces as we say some big dumb thoughts.
I mean, we're just white, so it's just imagine like 3 white guys.
yeah, you're really not missing out on much, to be honest with you.
Enrique, they know your face. We've pimped your stream.
I guess.
Yeah.
But I haven't streamed in whatever. It's fine. But anyway, yeah. So these two are moving on to YouTube, bigger pastures.
Bigger pastures, and plus YouTube is just a bigger platform.
Yeah.
And it's a better opportunity for us.
Yeah.
Actually make some ad revenue.
Yeah.
Oh man, if we make
Actually-
ad revenue, that'd be surprising.
But you do have to be child friendly though.
We do have to be child.
Forget that.
Yeah.
I mean, just don't curse. Just don't go. I mean, yeah.
Listen, dropping the F-bomb is what set us apart from our competitors.
Yeah.
I don't think it did.
How dare you?
I think the H3 podcast is that market corner.
You're not wrong. All right.
How dare you compare us to a superior podcast?
All right.
How dare you?
Production
All right.
value and not a car.
Since we're clearly done with housekeeping,
How dare you compare us to a podcast which has an actual set instead of
And
one-
editors.
and editors
And people who actually manage the audio.
and really talented guests
and preparation,
and preparation and editors
And
and
sponsors.
sponsors. How dare you compare us to that caliber?
We're just children.
so we're clearly done with housekeeping. How are you guys this week?
Geeking?
Housekeeping.
Do you love
I'm smiling too much. Housekeeping. We're done with that. How was your guys' weekend?
It happened.
Great. Enrique, how about yours?
No, actually, I want to dig deeper into it happened.
Aw.
Well, you just didn't do anything. You just,
No, so I found out that this weekend I'm going to be hosting a wedding at my house.
your gay wedding
Yeah, yes, my gay wedding to myself.
again.
No. So my family doesn't tell me things, like, ever. And so whenever something happens, I'm always the last to find out. And
Yeah.
I just found out that I'm hosting a wedding at my house this weekend.
Right, as you do.
So what does hosting a wedding entail to?
It means that I'm going to be having a bunch of people at my house this weekend that I was not planning for
Are you able to
do a wedding.
Are you able to lock yourself in your room, or are they expecting you to like participate?
It's my house. They expect me to participate.
That's weak.
Yeah. I know, tell me about it. And it's my cousin, and I love her and all, but again,
Yeah, like an Alabama kind of love,
Roll Tide.
not like a regular love.
What the fuck are you talking about?
You know,
Roll Tide.
the kind of I want to fuck your cousin kind of thing. Because you're your cousin, right? It's your gay wedding to yourself?
God, Henrique.
What are you talking about?
Henrique. Man, you guys should keep it family friendly.
Yeah.
Also, Henrique.
Also, fuck your cousin.
What are you talking about? You're gonna be the reason we don't get sponsors.
I don't think so.
Audible was just about to.
Audible's fine. Audible gives the Ben Shapiro show.
Audible is a sponsor whore. She gets with everyone.
That and BetterHelp.
That BetterHelp.
Honestly,
and,
we shouldn't be talking bad about
Your
the
wedding.
sponsor.
Your wedding.
Your wedding, yeah. Your wedding. Your
Um,
wedding that you were your own cousin.
Yeah. So it's just gonna happen this weekend, and I didn't plan for it. You know, I this just always happens to me. It's gonna be a Muslim wedding. You know, meaning that like the food is gonna be awesome. So I mean, I got that to look forward to. But like at the same time, I'm really not looking forward to it.
Okay.
Oh,
you know?
yeah. Is this the wedding that like means nothing because they're gonna have a Christian one?
Yes. So apparently, like how they're doing this Muslim wedding, it's not legally binding.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Even though, like, the way they're doing it, because I feel like a regular Muslim wedding would be legally binding.
Probably.
But I don't think they're actually getting married. It's just they're religiously getting married.
It's a ceremonial thing, right?
Yeah, meaning in the state of the law, it means nothing. Meaning, to me, this wedding means nothing. It's just a bunch of people at my house.
Yeah.
So I don't want that shit.
But I mean, you get to celebrate something amazing, though. So.
I guess so. It's a wedding.
a
But I
wedding.
already know both of them. I'm already close to both of them.
Then that's great.
That's great. I'm celebrating them being together longer.
Oh man.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. You have each other for life
Oh
now.
man. I hope they don't listen to this podcast.
They probably won't.
They probably will.
They will
They
eventually.
absolutely will not.
Actually, have you ever? That is a good topic conversation to like divert from weekend.
Oh boy.
What?
Do you feel weird about like, let's say you're like 30 episodes into your podcast, podcast starts picking up, you get like hundreds, maybe thousands of viewers
The dream.
per week. The dream.
Yeah.
But do you ever feel like people looking back on the earlier episodes will see like a different side of you?
Oh, they'll see a lower quality side of us.
Yeah.
Hey, this car is the highest quality.
Oh man, if they go all the way back to episode 1. Where there's just an AC
Oh
unit.
god.
Come at you live from the bathroom.
No, for the most part, like I'm not going to be embarrassed for that, mostly because that sort of thing happens a lot in every podcast.
Yeah.
Not only does if you go all the way back, not only can you tell the quality of like audio and stuff has improved, but also you get better over time. That's just every podcast. I'm not going to be embarrassed from like just my beginnings, especially since I think they were funny.
Yeah.
If not necessarily well recorded.
I mean, you were the star of the show in the first episode of the podcast. So,
Oh yeah, the loudest recorded.
But yeah, I was just a little side tangent.
I mean, no, looking back at things, I think is really important. I feel like if we look back at it, it's important to look at how we're doing now and then try to improve ourselves from where we once were.
Yes.
Okay? I mean,
That's
I
the
feel...
concept.
Yeah. I feel everyone, when they look back at things they did, they're going to find some things that they're going to find regrettable.
big
Yeah.
cringe.
You know? Yeah, like there are times in my life where I wasn't a perfect person. And I just look back at it and I get big sad.
Oh,
You know?
I've always been a perfect person, so like,
I don't believe
Shut the
you.
fuck up.
Don't.
Oh,
believe you.
shut up. What are you talking about?
I've never done any wrong. You can't prove otherwise.
Pretty sure I can.
I'm pretty sure I can, but I'm not going to. Out of decency to you.
But yeah, as far as weekends go,
Tying it back.
yeah,
Tie it back, okay.
it's called
How was your weekend? Oh, is that what conversation is?
called theming. Sorry,
It's called theming, Sam. Don't you get it? It has a rising action, a climax, and a falling action.
that's how podcasts work.
It's a literary mountain. Ever heard of it?
Oh, too many times.
Yeah, that is okay. So, should we dox where we live?
No.
We already
Actually, we absolutely did.
we basically
so screw it.
did every
did.
single time.
We
every
did?
single
Okay.
episode.
After agreeing not to.
Last time we were in my car, we were in Asia.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, as a joke.
No, in real life.
In real life.
We drove to Asia. That's how we got Harrison. No, but so we live next to a mall that had the new Smash game, the demo for it.
I heard about that.
And I heard from a good friend of mine that he was going to go on Sunday, so we ended up going. That was the extent of my weekend, is just playing Smash Ultimate and also playing golf. That was fun.
You played golf?
Virtual golf
Virtual golf?
for an extended amount of time
Por qué?
because I like golf. I like golfing with my friends.
Virtual golf?
Yeah, it's a game. It's called Golf with Your Friends.
I mean, it's better than actual golf.
Yeah, it is better than it's like mini putt-putt, but like
Oh.
No, I will say, like, actual golf is fine if you go with people that you enjoy.
or Donald
That's-
Trump.
No.
I feel like I've always wondered, like, is he good at golf?
He is a good golfer.
He would have to be. He does it all the fucking
He does
time.
it all the time.
It's just like a concept. I was like, because I'm not good at pool at all, but I play it all the time.
I mean,
I'm
yeah.
not good at video games, but I play it all the time.
Well, yeah, but you have to understand this is like his thing. Okay, apparently he's a good golfer.
All right.
You know, I mean,
I'll take your word for it.
yeah.
If Donald Trump can actually tweet out at the podcast at our non-existent Twitter handle,
Do it, you won't.
talking about how good you are, like give me your last score. Like I'll judge for myself.
We'll rate
thank
it out
you,
of
Mr.
10.
Thank you, Mr. President.
You know, if Trump's gonna tweet about it, he's gonna be like, "I have the best score. I have the
Scored a
greatest score."
0 on 18 holes.
Scored a Wait, a 0 is pretty bad.
That's an albatross.
That's like the average. A 0 is an average.
No, 0 strokes.
Zero
he,
strokes.
Oh,
he telekinesised the balls into the hole.
Never actually hit the ball.
Yeah.
I got a
He just stared at
perfect
it.
score. Oh.
You think that he would get bored of golfing if he just gets a perfect score every single time?
No.
No.
He uses telekinetic powers to envelop the new cycle and his golf course.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Sexy.
Edit it out.
Edited it.
You
Edit
know,
it out.
you and I both know that I'm not going to edit that out.
we all know none of us know how to edit. Enrique's face is just stunned surprise. He doesn't want to be associated with people who don't understand GarageBand.
But yeah, I got to play Smash Ultimate.
What'd you think?
First time I played. So okay, for context, Fountain of Dreams is a map. Is a stage in the Smash Brothers game. It is very small, and having 4 people on it with items on time is not the most calm thing. So it's pretty hectic. I didn't really get to experience the game the first time I played it. I played it again with Duncan.
Another friend of yours.
Yeah, no, that's the same friend that I mentioned earlier.
Okay.
Okay.
You didn't mention that.
Yeah, I mean, I mentioned a friend that I was going with. I just didn't mention it was Duncan. But yeah, I played it with Duncan again, and we actually had a much better time because we had a stage that was made for 4 people. So yeah, that was quite fun. The game's definitely faster.
Faster?
It definitely feels like Smash 4. Like it does not feel like Melee. It doesn't feel like Brawl. It definitely feels like Smash 4. But I think that some of the mechanics are more brawly and melee, especially with like the air dodging and a lot of how the moves work.
Okay.
But that's my unexperienced, not pro player opinion of
Casual.
I want to go pro, or not pro at least. I
You want to
want
be a professional Smash Brothers.
I want to at least make PR of it, either GMU or the cave.
Okay.
So I want to at least be, and I know this is super cocky, top 20 of the region, because that's what making PR means.
Okay. You're going to have to explain some of these terms for our non-Smash Brothers audience
PR
members.
And also the non-Smash Brothers guy in the backseat.
So PR is it's just personal record, I believe, and there's seasons for these tournaments, and depending on how you place, you get points, and then at the end of the season, they all get tallied up, and you get placed in a top, in like a leaderboard, and top 20 get like their names put out specifically. Like if you know Matador or Alex, he's up there. He's top 20 in Smash 4 in the region.
Wow.
And so is Angelo.
Angelo's top 20?
That sounds
Angelo's a
about
mutual
right.
friend of ours.
Yeah.
I don't like Angelo playing Smash Brothers. I've played him in Smash Brothers.
He's very good.
He's really good, and I don't like playing with him.
Because you lose.
No, yes, I get bodied every time, and then he judges every character I pick. He's like, "Oh, you're playing Ness." Okay. And I'm like, fuck you, Angelo. I'm sorry that I want to have fun in my video game.
But like,
Get that shit right out of here.
He worked really hard. Like he's been playing like pro. Like he's been playing in local tournaments and going to other tournaments around the nation pretty frequently for about 3 years now. So as soon as we got into Nova, like he was playing with Alex and Joseph, another friend that is also on the PR. Actually, I don't think he's on the PR anymore, but he used to be.
Okay. Seems legit.
Very good Smash players all around.
Yeah.
And I want to be part of them.
You want to be a member?
I want to be a member. Of this very elite group of people.
I believe in you.
I believe in myself.
I don't. But
Dream your journey.
It's good to dream.
Yeah, I actually.
Oh boy.
That's also something that happened over the weekend. I went to Micro Center to go check out a what's it called? A capture device.
Oh, capture card?
Yeah, a capture card for so I could stream Smash when it comes out. And the one that I wanted was $180.
Ah, that's expensive.
I was like, whew, all right, so what's the second option? I was like, oh, good, $150? Might as well just go for the 180. Like, what are you doing? So I'm probably waiting for Black Friday or Cyber Monday to drop those prices.
You should check Amazon too.
I did check Amazon.
Oh.
Amazon is actually $150 for the one that I want.
Oh.
But I was like, I'll wait for
You
it.
should still wait for a deal just in case.
Yeah. And there's
Absolutely.
no cool coupons that I can get that
No student discount?
no student discount.
Boo.
No streaming discount. Boo.
I'll have you know I have 10 of viewers.
10 viewers at most at any given point.
I once held a conversation with someone I didn't know on stream. How about that?
I'll have you know that I stubbed my toe last week while watering my spice garden, and I only cried for 20 minutes.
All right, SpongeBob.
I was actually like, I think my favorite streaming moment, now that I've mentioned it, and then it popped back into my head, was when I was the top. Are you familiar with the calling?
The calling of
yes,
what?
The
No,
game.
it's a game.
No.
Okay, so it was one of the first battle royale games to be made. It was first person. You dropped on an island. There were like 12 people. You fought them and you won. When the game died and then came back, I started streaming it every single day for like 4 or 5 hours at a time. And most of the time, I was actually like the top streamer of calling. But to be fair, there weren't that many people.
Yeah.
Like, I would get like an average viewership of like 25 or like 20, and I was like, yeah. But then
Honestly,
but calling was not a fun
if
experience.
you'd managed to almost like leverage that into a different game that's with a bigger audience.
Yeah, the people that were there to watch the calling, not me.
That is the thing. That's why when I start streaming, that's a win.
When procrastination.
Yeah, depression, things. Computer that can't run Dark Souls 3 while also streaming it. But when I do it, what I'm going to do is the same thing others do, which is main game, break, variety.
See, variety is very hard to actually...
Yeah, that's why I'll have a main game, and then a break, and then a variety.
Yeah, because it's so hard to keep up a variety stream. People have to actually like you.
Yeah, exactly.
Or like your emotes.
Yeah.
Because that's how, if you're familiar with Admiral Baru, he's a great personality.
Yeah.
And he's got the best emotes on Twitch. Like, that panda is fucking adorable.
This is what you do.
Oh, hit me.
For emotes.
Hit
okay?
me.
So we have a private Discord server.
Oh, you
for
and the
ourselves.
glasses?
And what we do is that we take our faces and we turn those into emotes. Like, that's a cute panda emote from, what's his name?
Admiral Barrow?
Admiral Barrow, yeah. Those panda emotes.
Oh my
Nice.
god, it dabbed.
But Yeah, so what we do is that we have our actual faces,
That was
and
a
then we
great-
like
that was a
make
great
those
visual bit.
emotes.
For the audio podcast.
It was a great visual bit for the audio podcast, Jeff Henry. So yeah, I feel like if you were to do that. Have your face just with different emotions.
See, people do that a lot, and so people actually have to like your face.
Yeah, that would be my main struggle.
The easy way to get people to like your emotes is to make it a cute girl or a cute animal. That's what I've noticed. If you can get a good artist that can make cute girls or cute animals
Yeah.
with very emotional faces, you basically got a good start to your emotes.
Do you have emotes?
I do not. I never got partnered.
Oh, that's
Or I
what-
never got
yeah.
affiliate.
Yeah, that is the first step, is actually doing something.
You're doing like the hit or miss thing.
Yeah.
Hit or miss.
Great
I guess
visuals for this audio podcast.
got a boyfriend.
God
Bet
damn.
he doesn't kiss ya.
I'm so glad we turned that into an ongoing joke, so it doesn't reflect poorly on our inexperience and amateurishness. Okay.
So
Yeah, there's no continuity with this podcast.
Also, this weekend I went to see a play.
Oh, what?
I saw my brother's play in high school, and let me tell you, it did not live up to what I was expecting.
Shocking.
That's upsetting.
What were you expecting?
Trash.
So it was
And
worse.
it failed
It
to
was
reach that
worse
level?
than trash. Yes.
It was literally the dirt.
It was
that I
Venom?
Venom was good for different reasons.
Okay, what was this?
So basically, what happened is that it was a play about anime.
Gotcha.
Oh, that is a bad start.
I know. First of all, I didn't know someone wrote a play about anime. I didn't know those two groups of nerd like coexisted with each other.
I got a story after you finish.
So it was about anime. It was about the anime. What's it called? Like Dante's Inferno.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's an anime for Dante's Inferno?
I don't think
Obviously.
there is. I think they just made up an anime.
I'm sure there's one somewhere.
I'm sure it exists.
Yeah.
Maybe like Full Metal Alchemist, but like an offset of
And
Full
worse.
Metal Alchemist and shittier. Yes. Maybe like the what's it called? The Simon Belmont. Castlevania.
It's like the
Castlevania anime.
Well,
a spin-off of that.
Netflix is doing like a live action.
They're doing that?
Oh,
boy.
Oh, it's gonna be garbage.
I'm pretty sure it's actually
A
pretty good.
Netflix adaptation of a Netflix adaptation.
Let me
God.
check.
Comedy levels.
I'll check the Castlevania.
Well, he checks. Describe the play for
And
me.
so basically, like the acting was fine. The acting was great. I think the problem had to do with the directing and the writing. And you know, for high schoolers, they're actually pretty decent and they're really good. You know. But I really think it was the writing and directing, mostly the writing, and that's out of everyone's control, except
Yeah.
for maybe the director, who chose the fucking script. So, the entire first act, I had no idea what was going on. Things were just happening. And around the second act, I started kind of piecing together what was going on, like some kind of shitty puzzle, you know? And so basically, it's about these two girls who go to a anime convention.
Oh.
And the whole play takes place during the anime convention. And all they want to do is meet the creator of this anime that they're big fans of. And that's what the play's about.
Ah.
And like they keep on bumping into people along the way. Okay?
Sounds weird and not worth the play.
Exactly. It's super weird. And then there's like this one girl who's like their enemy,
Oh.
but they used to get along, but they're enemies now.
I've never heard of something more high school.
Yep. And so then they started fighting, I guess.
Oh,
I don't
boy.
know. There was like an underground fight arena that was going on in the convention.
Yeah, don't talk about Fight Club.
And then there was a minotaur that was there.
What?
Yeah, but it was like a girl in a minotaur costume.
Ah, cosplay.
Yeah, it was it's an anime convention, so everyone's in costume.
God.
One guy dressed as a robot and he did the robot,
Ah,
and I enjoyed that very thoroughly.
I bet.
Yeah. And I don't think it really worked, because what it was about, what they were trying to do is that they tried to do things that was similar to anime, where it's super over the top and eccentric and loud, you know? But the problem with that is that the reason anime can do that is because it's animated,
Yeah.
for one. So it can be over the top and
Yeah.
eccentric and out of this world.
And
but-
it can extend body parts for comedic effect.
Exactly. You know, but theater arts is very grounded in reality.
Yeah.
Because you need to be.
Yeah.
Because it's very...
Because you're a person.
You're a person who can't stretch their arms without, breaking their arms.
Yeah.
So, I think it's a conflict of interest. I don't think you can have one of those. I can't think you can make it over the top and eccentric and out of this world.
Unless it's a parody.
Yeah, exactly. But they didn't even do that. They're trying to respect the medium while also being a parody of the medium.
Right.
And they're also trying to be out of this world and tacky while at the same time being grounded in reality. And you can't do that. As a result, it just becomes confusing and stupid.
Yeah.
And that's what ended up happening here.
So you asked about the Castlevania Netflix show.
Oh, yeah. Castlevania Netflix.
Yeah, so IMDb gives it an 8.1. Rotten Tomatoes gives it a 8.1. Rotten Tomatoes gives it a 90%. TV.com gives it a 7.9 out of 10. And 98% of Google users like this TV show.
The audio spiked.
I know.
So loudly.
He did that on purpose.
You told me to speak loud.
One of the best things you can learn to do in a podcast is to make sure your volume's consistent.
Is that, as you
That's
say...
actually a thing.
Yeah.
I guess we fail.
Yeah.
We'll get there. It's just like our visual jokes. We'll fix it.
We'll fix it in post.
I'm sure we will never fix our visual jokes.
Absolutely not.
No. Great visual joke.
Even after you get like a camera in an actual studio, like you'll still like anytime there's a visual joke, you'll actually just turn off the camera and then just
edit out the video and just.
So yeah, you were mentioning a theater play about anime. I didn't think those what did you say, like the you said something about like the two groups.
Oh yeah, those two groups of nerd. I didn't think they coexisted with each other.
So back in my day, when Duncan was still in high school, he decided to be part of the school play where they acted a D&D campaign.
I remember that.
I don't.
I tried out for that same play.
Did you make it?
Nope.
Oh.
My stock got stolen by Duncan.
You wanted to be DM?
I did.
Okay, cool. So yeah, our good friend Duncan was the DM, and it was a very enjoyable show. I don't remember anything bad. I think they actually executed it pretty well. I wasn't really paying attention to the story because I was a small child, or a smaller child that really wasn't too analytical. But I did think that it was quite a fun play. I got to see Joshua Blake, who I had not seen since like elementary school.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy.
He's an amazing guy.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's like a name drop, and like years from now,
he'll discover this podcast.
or like someone.
You'll meet him again and be like, "Hey, have you heard this podcast?"
No. I was gonna say like maybe he's like a super famous actor or something,
Oh.
and then we're gonna be like, "Hey, we know that guy.
Can you give us money?
I think he goes to University of Utah now. I don't
He's a
remember.
Utah boy."
Well, he's Mormon, so
Huh.
yeah. The more you know.
The more I know. You think he's still Mormon?
Really?
I don't know. Some people experiment with religion.
On this podcast, we respect people.
Yeah, we respect people here. You fucking idiot.
See, my girlfriend went through, like, when we weren't dating, she went through a lot of different religions. She was like Wiccan for a bit. She was like Satanist for a bit. She was Christian for a bit.
What? Hold on. What?
Yeah, like some people experiment with religions and
You don't just dip your toe in the pond like it's a fucking.
I guess you could. You could.
This isn't this isn't a fucking cheese platter where you could just like pick and choose. Oh, this one looks.
Let me explain.
Okay.
So it's not more that she was like indoctrinated and actually like part of like these religions. More that she learned the doctrines and like understood and did her research on each of the kind of religions to see what fit with her morality most.
What fit with her?
Please don't tell me it was Satanism.
Well, she was Wiccan. She's Wiccan.
God damn it, Henrique.
What?
She didn't even choose Satanism? That one's cooler.
Yeah.
I was a Satanist.
See, here's the thing: a
sometime in high
Christian
school.
marrying or a Christian dating a Satanist is probably not the greatest thing.
Anyone dating a Satanist probably isn't the greatest thing.
To be fair, Satanism isn't really depending on the Satanist. But
It's usually like
mainstream Satanist is just atheism but like a specific way to live your life.
What are you
They don't
talking
actually-
about? What
no.
the fuck are you two talking about?
Oh, okay. So I actually looked into this high school because I was bored as hell in a class.
See?
Okay, so essentially, it's basically atheism, but there's like a list of ways to like live your life, and like one of them is just like treat people with respect. One of them is don't.
So
let
much for
them
this
disrespect you in
family-friendly
your own home.
content.
No, like legitimately, like the Church of Satan is a civil rights group that fights for freedom of religion by fighting against by basically going when Christians put like the Ten Commandments up on a public ground, they'll sue to get the Satanist doctrines on public ground because to not do it would be against freedom of religion. So they basically fight for freedom of religion, but not allowing.
so they're atheists.
Yeah, they're essentially atheists, but the Church of Satan itself is like a civil rights group.
Yeah, because as far to my knowledge, like Satanism is, or like the worship of Satan is more just like Satan was a pretty chill guy. Like it was God's fault. It was God being a cunt, and then it was like that.
Okay. Here we are looking for sponsors.
But Satan.
And here you are,
All right,
like,
cut this
I don't
out.
know. Satan seemed like a pretty chill guy. I don't know.
No, not
Call back to that time we talked about Hitler's ice cream.
Here,
In the same
here,
car.
disclaimer: we are all good Christian boys.
I'm atheist.
I'm trying to get sponsors here.
How would that help?
I don't know. Christians are seen as morally correct, generally speaking.
Sure. I mean, that's
Where are you
edging.
going with this?
That is
Please tell me where you're going
That's
with
on
this.
the edge of actual.
Because I might have to cut this entire portion of the podcast.
Oh, man,
An
I hope-
entire 20 minutes of podcast.
I really hope you do, because then you'd have to learn how to edit something.
It was only 5 minutes.
All right.
Please.
If you want to cut this, go for
Please
it.
end this well.
We
Okay.
can, how do you end this well?
Please. No, like,
How would you like to end this, Bennett?
I don't know, with believe in whatever you want to believe.
Well,
because
obviously.
whatever you believe doesn't matter.
Okay, that part. I mean, if they believe it matters, then you can't say it doesn't matter.
Okay, I said it wrong. I said
Damn
that
right.
wrong. Yeah.
Now you're
Now
who's
you're
the
not.
offensive-
Yeah, what the hell, Bennett? Come on, dude.
It was more of just me trying to say, believe in whatever you want to believe. Okay.
Even though it doesn't matter. You got it. Thanks, Bennett.
Oh yeah. Believe what you want to believe. Freedom of religion is a thing we have. So
Freedom of religion is a thing that you have.
Unless your country
Don't-
doesn't have freedom of religion, then
if
you
we
don't.
somehow get
Where-
international, I don't even
Okay.
know.
I mean, internationally
Listen,
speaking,
the-
like
the
not
sto-
every single country
Listen,
has freedom of religion.
Listen. The story of
You
this
two are gonna be the death
podcast.
of me. I swear.
Absolutely. The story of this podcast should really be you do you. Don't let other people tell you how to do you. 'cause
Unless
you
other
know you
people do
best.
tell you to do you,
No.
like North Korea.
Enrique, stop.
I will hurt you.
Stop.
I will kick you out of your own car.
I will take this car and drive it into the highway and
will-
get you into a head-on collision, just so that head of yours could finally get straight.
My head's at a 90 degree
All right.
at all times.
I think Bennett's really done with this topic, so I'm going to swap to a topic I want to talk about: the Detective Pikachu trailer that dropped today.
Oh, you mean the greatest trailer to ever hit the
I
internet?
absolutely do. Okay, we want to go by this step by step.
Oh, the step-by-step analysis.
Oh my
of
god!
the-
If you open it up on your laptop,
So
I would, but there's
I've
no
already
internet
watched.
in
I've watched it
Enrique's
like
car.
6 times. Don't worry.
Okay,
So
okay.
it opens up with a scene of a small American boy. Well, actually, it was a narration talking about how Pokemon and man had been living together in harmony.
Right.
And then a child.
Pokemon lore.
You're introduced to the kid, who's the main protagonist of the story, whose father had recently been deceased, and his father was like a great detective, and the chief of the police, I would assume, or some higher up in the police
Yeah.
station was like, hey, even if you're a fraction of what your father was, like, you could be great. And the kid's like, nah, I don't want to be in my father's shoes.
That ain't me.
I wanted to be a Pokemon trainer. And then he finds this Pikachu, who's also Ryan Reynolds, who's also a detective.
voiced by Deadpool.
It was just a detective. I don't know why the Pikachu is a detective, but whatever.
You mean, why isn't he a detective?
So for whatever reason, this kid and the Pikachu can understand each other, Like, Pokemon can normally understand humans and can understand English speak, but humans can't understand the animals. But for whatever reason, this kid can understand the Pikachu. And then the kid has a freak out moment. There's like a little scene where there's like I guess they introduced like what Detective Pikachu is going to be about, like what they're trying to solve.
Yeah.
And the Pikachu's like, oh, we're partners in this. And then they go on and misadventures and go around, and there's like a little scene of all the Pokemon running around and Jigglypuff looking angry.
Yes.
And then the ground rises.
As it does.
And like, I guess one of the Pokemon used Earthquake. That's literally the only thing I can explain.
Or a legitimate earthquake.
And then there's a little ending scene with Mr. Mime in the end. Because before this point in the trailer, there was no evidence of this besides Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah,
there's no evidence.
Serious.
Yeah, it was a pretty serious movie. But then the scene with Mr. Mime was just like complete comedy.
Where Mr. Mime shove it.
Yeah, just shove it and like.
Oh man!
I was like, so this movie's a comedy. Cool.
I'm hyped to watch this movie mostly so I can just laugh. I really want to see this movie.
I really think this is either going to be the best movie ever made or the worst movie ever made.
There will be no in
but
between.
it's still super good because it's terrible.
Yeah.
So you don't think that it could be mediocre?
I don't think so.
I don't think there's
a movie
any
with
way.
this premise. I don't think that's possible.
There's no way to hit the middle ground on this one.
No.
You're either so good it's good or so bad it's good.
Yeah. That's my lock of the week.
And honestly, they have gotten someone who doesn't even play Pokemon interested in watching this movie.
That's true.
That's me. I've never played any Pokemon game.
You've never played a Pokemon
Not a
game?
single
Don't you play
Pokemon
the
game.
Pokemon card game?
I play the Pokemon TCG, and that does not even come close to
Right,
counting.
but you're
Not
still
even
like,
as a kid? You didn't
No.
have a Game Boy and you
I
just
had-
popped in Pokemon Emerald?
I had a Game Boy, and I played, God, what was it called?
Fire Red, Leaf Green.
No, it wasn't a Pokemon game. It was some random game on
Digimon?
Game Boy. I forgot what it was.
Random Game Boy game.
It was just a Game Boy. I'll never
The
remember
Legend
it.
of Starfy?
The Cartoon Network kart racer game that was for the Game Boy.
Maybe.
Mario Kart?
Listen,
The Teen Titans game.
Listen.
Zack and Cody
I don't remember.
game?
Listen, all I'm saying is that I've never played Pokemon except for the TCG. That doesn't count. And also, one time I played the online battle simulator where I beat you, Bennett, despite never playing the game.
That is true.
I used Earthquake 6 times, and that won the game.
I was so sad. Also, speaking of movies, Shrek. They
Is
are
being
thinking
remade.
about rebooting the Shrek franchise.
Oh,
Is it not
man.
even thinking? It's like they're gonna do it.
Okay.
I hope not.
I hope they do, just because I really want to know what they think they're going to do with this.
Yes, but here's the kicker. You know who's rebooting it?
Who?
Illumination.
Oh no.
Yep.
Oh
yeah.
The same people behind Minions and Despicable Me and
Oh, okay, so-
The Sing movie.
Sing,
Hey,
as
hey.
well as The Grinch,
Hey,
are now...
before Minions got turned into the worst meme possible, Despicable Me, the first one, was actually not bad.
Yes, however, it was not great. Unlike
Yeah.
Shrek, which is a great movie altogether.
A classic of our
See, here's
time.
the problem, right? I think, like, Illumination did the dirtiest thing to the Grinch. I think.
What did they do?
So, it looks like the whole movie is going to be pretty lighthearted, which, like, the Grinch is not supposed to be. Like,
Yeah.
it's very much not a lighthearted movie. Like, it's a lighthearted ending.
Yeah.
Where everyone is like, hooray! And even with the one with what was it? Was it Jim Carrey that was
Yes.
the Grinch? Yeah. Even that one, it was like a Grinch story that had a happy ending where his heart grew 3 sizes. It was pretty true to the source material, as to my knowledge. But this one doesn't seem. It seems to have a more childlike, more lighthearted tone that that Grinch doesn't normally have. Like, the Grinch seems to have like a sense of like comedy or humor, whereas
That's not. Yeah, that's not. That was like specifically said he didn't have, wasn't it?
I was like, I don't know. Maybe I'll be proven wrong, but
I can see why they would go that way, just because like
Kids.
it's a Christmas movie and it's for kids. But I bet it could be done well. I'm willing to bet they don't do it well.
yeah, especially with Illumination behind the wheel.
Yeah. I'm still betting that Shrek will be rebooted and Donkey will be replaced with a minion. That's still my bet.
I think, that's basically my one fear is
Minions
that
will show up?
well, not the minions will show up, but that the Shrek movie, the essence, the core like storytelling moments that actually developed all the characters.
mattered,
Yeah, like that won't be in the movie. It'll just be like the
It'll
funny
be
haha onion eating
like
jokes.
dumb fart jokes, dumb
I can
Dumb
see that.
writing.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
dumb writing.
I can see that happening.
Not
really.
Eddie Murphy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
God. Oh no. So actually, no, that's not true. So the guy who, the CEO of Illumination, he basically stated that he's planning on keeping all the voice actors the same. It's one of the few things that he really did enjoy from the original movies.
Right.
So Eddie Murphy, Mike Myers, they're going to come back, or he's going to attempt to bring them back. Along with that, in this new Shrek reboot, they said that they're going to polish a lot of things, and it's either going to be, they're not sure if it's going to be a new story, if they're just going to redo the first movie.
I think, see, even though I said all those things, I really want to see Shrek, like a new story for Shrek.
I'm interested in how it will turn out, but the problem with that is that
If they make Fiona a blonde, I'm boycotting the movie.
Well, I, along with millions of other people who are a fan of the Shrek franchise, find that this is kind of ill taste, and we don't really want it. You know? Like, Shrek already kind of died a little bit after maybe the third movie.
And the meme.
And the memes, you know? And I think the memes are the reason they're actually considering rebooting for Shrek. I don't think it's going to do well, is the other thing.
I think it'll do fine.
I think it'll do fine, but people are going to be very disappointed, and it's unlikely to have a sequel. How about that?
Sounds about right, actually.
That's my
I don't
take.
know. With Illumination on the wheel, I think...
I just don't like Illumination. I really don't like Illumination.
Okay, actually, Illumination makes a good point. Maybe the first one is not well received, but they make a sequel anyway.
So it literally is going to be Shrek again.
Yeah.
So Shrek again. Yeah, okay.
The
It's like Shrek Run. All right, movie. Not that great. Did well in the box office. Could get a sequel.
What are you
got
talking
a
about?
Got a
Shrek was
sequel. But Shrek 2? Shrek 1? Pretty good movie. Shrek 2? Fantastic movie.
Are you telling me Shrek 2 is better than Shrek 1?
And then
Oh,
Shrek 3?
man.
Forget about it. Shrek 4? What? Shrek 5? Boots and Boots? Huh?
Man, when I was a kid, Puss in Boots is my favorite character. Don't judge me.
Who's?
No. I love Boots and Boots, but his movie was not that great.
Oh, yeah, no, okay, that's understandable. I get that one.
I saw that shit in theaters.
Me too.
Why?
I saw a lot of,
I know.
I saw
Both
a lot
of
of
you,
movies.
why?
I saw a lot of movies in theaters. Like, I watched Minions. Oh, no. I keep saying that. So I didn't... There's a small misconception among my friend group that I watched Minions in theaters in 3D due to a children's party. It didn't happen. I'm setting this straight thing clear. Duncan, you're listening to this podcast. Stop saying I did.
The hard call out.
Oh.
Stop saying it.
Oh, shit. Calling out to Duncan. Duncan, by the way, I demand an apology for taking my spot in that play.
Wow, we're throwing Duncan
I will
under the
accept
bus.
it in a few number of ways. I will accept it orally. I will accept it via handwritten letter. And I will
PayPal?
also accept it via PayPal, Venmo, and or hastily written YouTube comment.
Oh, we also accept inflated view counts.
That is true.
Yeah, watch it twice.
Yeah.
Or 3 times.
Hit that spacebar.
Hit that like button.
Don't forget to smash that like button.
smash
Smash that
subscribe
like button. Hit that little bell to get notified. And leave a comment to tell us how good you are.
God, are
and then
we-
we'll disable
Tell-
comments.
tell us about your
after we
weekend.
realize-
100%.
Tell us about your weekend.
My weekend?
No. In the comments.
Yeah,
Okay.
Tell us
I
about
mean,
your
actually,
weekend.
we didn't even talk about your weekend. Talk about your
Oh,
weekend.
yeah.
Oh, that's right. Let's circle back with me.
You literally opened up the weekend conversation.
Yeah,
of the weekend.
no, I opened it up. My weekend didn't really have much to say other than I went to my job on Saturday and I found out none of my bosses communicate with each other at all.
How so?
Literally, boss in the morning's like, here's this list of things I want done. And then he leaves, and then my boss for the night's like, only zone. Only go through the aisles and make sure everything's front-facing and everything's in the right spot. And that's all you're doing. So they're obviously on the real same page, right? That's...
Yeah.
And then on Sunday, someone one of the guests said, "Excuse me, ma'am," to me and asked where something was.
Who would have thought that a Target could possibly have bad managers?
No.
Who would have thought?
A lot of my
I'm
my
on
coworkers
manager
quit
3.
because of poor management.
Oh yeah, you worked at a Target, didn't you?
Yeah.
Please explain your Target experience.
Oh, yes, hit me.
Apparently
do you
we're
still work there?
no, I
Okay.
do not. Apparently we're the worst Target in the entire our store. our store is like a pretty clean establishment. The customer base isn't like too grand. It's like a bunch of small kids, some like middle-aged wives, and like old people. That's the extent of our consumer base. But our managers apparently are just the worst people alive. Like they do the whole not communicating thing, but to like an umpteenth degree. Every single manager besides like
Is that a number?
Umpteenth.
Upteenth?
It's a common phrase.
Is it?
Yeah, it's similar to saying X, basically.
It's like to whatever degree.
to a
Never
large
heard of
amount.
that.
The umpteenth.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that word.
Oh, we're learning new vocabulary.
Hooray.
This is an
Every day.
educational show. Mark it.
More you know.
Tag it.
Oh, okay. Educational.
Just this episode.
But no, so they don't talk at all.
So they're very poor in communicating. Like I've talked to my managers and I'll be like, hey, X manager said that X Y thing, and are you familiar? And they'll be like, nope. And then I was talking to another manager. I was like, hey, I can't come in this day. Can you give an email to the closing manager that I'm not going to be there? It's like, even if you don't show up, they won't even tell me. So thank you for just coming to me directly. And I was like, cool. But my man, apparently, like, it was just people quitting, moving stores. Like that store apparently is just all hot garbage.
Oh, God.
And I like the store because I closed. A lot of the managers that were closing managers were pretty chill.
Yeah.
They left me alone. I was backroom, by the way,
Oh,
context.
nice.
So I got to sit in the back room, do my work, sit around, do nothing, and help out people who needed help.
Yeah.
But I quit because of my knees were given out at work, and I was just like, I don't feel safe. I don't feel like. And people were like, why don't you just switch locations? I'm like, listen, like my knees aren't going to be good anywhere in the store. There's 100% time that I'm going to be standing unless I'm in HR where I'm sitting.
Yeah.
But we literally just got a new HR manager.
Right.
Who I think is pregnant now. I'm not sure. But it really doesn't pertain to me. It was a good job. Like I really as a first job, I liked it. Was it the best job ever? Probably not. Did it pay me well? It paid me well. It paid me the best probably what I could have gotten.
How much did you get paid?
I got what? We were both making 13 something.
No, I'm making $12.75.
I think I got a raise because I know that they wanted to get to at least 15 by 2020.
That's what they're doing. That's why I'm at $12.75 right now because I started at 12.
Well, when you get your review, you probably will jump to like.
No, I already have one review. I jumped from 12 to 12.75.
Okay.
So on my second, I'll jump above that.
We only get like one review a year.
Yeah.
So
do I. I've been there for like a year and a half.
Yeah, that's about as long as I was there.
Yeah.
You might want to escape as soon as you can.
I would, but like it's a
Just quit in
job
January.
that I don't hate. Except for the team, except for my manager. I'm on manager number 3, by the way, like ETL number 3, which is essentially team members, team leads, which are supervisors, and then executive team leaders, which there's like one for each area.
Oh, that's what ETL means.
Executive team lead.
What?
Yeah, and STL stands for store team lead. That's a store manager. No, I'm on like my 3rd ETL.
I feel so bad for one of our ETLs at the store. He basically was given 80% of the store to manage.
Oh God.
And he was just. It was like 12-hour days. He was getting like a salary, so he basically just worked
God.
as much as he needed to. And he would be in the back room screaming at everyone. Then he would go to the floor and scream at everyone. Then he would go to the team lead office and like scream at everyone. And because he was taking care of 80% of the store when the manager wasn't there.
Yeah.
And our managers, like, if you're not familiar with Target managers, they could literally show up for a third of the year and still get paid a full salary.
Yeah. I almost never see Josh unless something is going wrong. And when something's going wrong, he's there all the fucking time.
Yeah, like the right around this time where it's around Black Friday season where sales are going to start rising. There's going to be more hectic. They need more people to be on duty at all times. Like managers will be there, but if it's like January or like smack dab in the middle of the summer, like they won't be there.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Cushy job.
Yeah,
crazy.
You get paid a lot. Like my store manager had a Tesla.
Jesus.
Shit. What?
Like a Model S. Like a fully decked out Model S.
God, time to apply for that job.
What the hell?
But to be fair,
working at a Target?
to be fair,
As a store manager.
she was very good at every job except like a select few. Like she didn't know how to do electronics, and she didn't exactly know how the back room worked. But
She understood sales floor.
yeah, she understood sales floor. When the Starbucks came out, she literally manned the Starbucks for most of the time because there weren't that many people.
Mm-hmm.
Like she does a great job. It's just that she's a bit of a stoic person, and so it's not the greatest to work with her.
Yeah.
And you get used to it. Like she thought it was pretty weird because I was very, very much a mute when I worked. For the first like 4 or 5 months of me working at Target, I did not speak a word. I went in, I got my information through a leader. They'll be like, do this, this, this. I'd nod, and then I'd do my job.
Yeah.
And then eventually, like I met Kelly, and
Right.
then I met like a bunch of other people, and so I'm more active, and I talk to people now, but or used to talk to people.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, Target's a great work experience.
No, I get that. I've done that with a few of my jobs that I had in the past. I did that when I worked at a Noodles and Company.
I forgot you did that.
You worked for a Noodles and Company for like 2 weeks. What are you
Yeah.
talking
No,
about?
I worked there for 2 months, first of all. And secondly,
For like 2 weeks.
it felt like 2 weeks, but it was 2 months, first of all. And secondly, I didn't talk to anyone, not just because I didn't want to talk to anyone, but also because most of them didn't speak English. So don't even give me this.
Not even Roberto?
Roberto spoke English, but he was barely there. We didn't work at the same schedule because Roberto's a mutual friend of ours, and they thought that, oh, okay, you two are just gonna goof off when you're together. We're not gonna put you together. And I'm like, what the hell? He's like half the reason I took this job.
It's actually funny because Target doesn't really care about that. Like, I got put with shifts with people that they knew that I would goof off on, and I guess, like, because at some point you have to, like, with restaurants, I get it, like, you don't want people to goof off. You want people to work around the clock, make sure that everything is right. But for, like, a retail store, like, there's not much that goes on.
I mean,
So
for
making
back
sure-
room, they make us, like, I work in market, which is all the food. I make sure all the food is stocked and all that, and all the food is not out of date and obviously expired, but we're bad at that. We're really bad at that. But no, it's like, I'm always, like, they always want me to be doing something and, like, out on the floor pushing stuff. And I think that just might be because market is market and we're understaffed, but, like, I'm always getting jobs like, do this. Put meat out, put vegetables out.
Market gets shafted all the time for inspections when
Oh my God,
When-
Stereotech.
yeah, whenever any representative comes to check out what's going on the floor, it like Market always seems to get shafted,
Yeah,
which is
That's-
like I would guess
accurate.
because like it's hard to continuously keep Market like stocked when you only have like one person like
Yeah.
stocking the entirety of Market and the dry market.
Yeah.
Right.
So
So,
It's tough,
oh, well.
but yeah.
Yeah.
you only work closing shifts.
I actually normally worked mornings. I went in 4 a.m. and left by noon,
Okay.
usually before then.
Okay.
And I liked those. They moved me off of those and are putting me on midday shifts, which I absolutely detest.
Yeah, midday shifts are the
Except
worst.
for Thanksgiving, where I work 4 p.m. to 1 a.m. They can go fuck themselves for that shift.
No, 4 p.m. Like that's standard because Target opens up 4 p.m. and then
Yeah.
opens doors.
I get
for
that.
Black Friday.
It's the till 1 a.m. part.
Yeah.
It's 4 p.m. to 1 a.m. and then I come back at noon on Friday. for Black Friday. I fucking hate them for that.
I was
Why would you ever want to work at a Target during Black Friday?
That's partly why I quit because most of the backroom staff was gone.
When you're in market and no one comes in on Black Friday for the deals on turkey.
Oh yeah,
Like
shit, that's
I
right.
mark it
You worked
like
in food. I forgot about that.
yeah, like last Black Friday, I didn't notice any change because electronics is on a completely different floor from me, and so is toys, and so is everything important. Only thing down here is only thing on our ground floor is seasonal food and cleaning supplies and pharmacy. That's our first floor, so there's no one down there for me.
I worked
was easy
I
as
worked the
shit.
Black Friday shift.
And you get paid more.
Yeah, you get paid
$1 an extra?
time and a half.
Or is it
Actually,
time and a half?
I don't think you can. You do get time and a half anymore.
If they get rid of my time and a half on Black Friday, I'm gonna have to fucking leave. What the hell?
I think they got rid of it. I'm not exactly sure, but that's something that I just
No, hold on. No, I think it was time and a half on Thanksgiving, $1 extra on Black Friday.
Okay.
I think it's how it worked.
So in just making sure that
Bennett, making sure we weren't muted for the entirety of this podcast.
you can see the sun and whatever.
Yeah.
So I worked last Black Friday shift for like from 4 to 11. Actually, it was 4 to midnight. And we just opened up our ship from store section, which is where we get items that are ordered online and we ship them to.
Yeah.
We have like a mini Amazon and
Yeah.
our Target. And that we just opened that up for Black Friday season.
Oh, dear God.
And I think we rounded out the night in our around 6 hour picking time at a like 2,000 item pick, and then we packed all of them and then shipped them out that night. And then the next day there was another 2,000.
Oh.
Which was I vividly remember that. It was a good time. Because it was I think 6 of us, 6 backroom guys did not do a single thing to the floor. The floor was all set.
Yeah.
Didn't touch anything. We were all hands on deck for shipping. We had 3 people picking and 3 people packing, and I was packing the whole entire night.
Yeah.
It was fun. We just played music, screamed at each other
Yeah.
for boxes and tape.
Yeah. I listen to music all the time in the background.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's the only thing in that job that I'm gonna miss is
listening to music while you work.
yeah.
Yeah.
So something that I love music. I adore music.
Right.
Music is like a thing that I used to like only listen to like pop and like a little bit of rap.
Right.
And I've completely shifted around. I hate pop. Pop is garbage. Pop is the exact same formula every single time.
You still
Yes.
listen to rap though.
I listen to rap but I listen to a lot of weird rap now.
Okay, that's interesting.
I listen to like more interesting productions. I pay attention to lyrics.
Right.
I pay attention to like how flows work. I like used to like write down lyrics and say
Soon you'll
how-
be the SoundCloud rapper.
yeah.
Yeah.
I already put out a song on SoundCloud.
Oh, you did?
It
Why
was-
don't you plug it?
No, I'm not going to plug it. No, you remember, it was last...
Oh, I do remember that.
I was doing it for a competition.
Yeah.
And I had a really shitty mic and poor production that I picked off of YouTube. Anyway, side story. So, I also started listening to a lot of alternative, a lot of rock and roll, a lot more rock and roll.
Yeah.
I started expanding. I started listening to more podcasts because I was working, like, back room, and then I just wouldn't get bothered, so I just put on a podcast.
I had to swap to podcast after a certain point where I was running out of good music to listen to.
I would just open up my Google Music app and be like,
Yeah.
oh, is there any?
Recommended.
No, I would go. It's like, is there any new music out? And it's like if there was a new album,
Yeah.
I would be
Give
like,
it a
okay,
shot.
cool, and then just run through the whole album because I had
Do you ever listen to any like heavy metal stuff
heavy metal.
or any like hard rock?
So
that area?
recently, I listened to some noise rock, which is not for the faint of heart. It's not like I shared this story earlier with you guys, but I'll share it again on the podcast. I was with a friend, with 2 friends, and we were all listening to a music bot on Discord, which plays music, obviously.
Right.
And my friend was like, "Ooh, there's a new Slipknot song."
Oh, boy.
And he was like, "I'm gonna break Henrique. We're gonna listen to the new Slipknot." When in actuality, that song is pretty hard. That song is not like it's a pretty intense song.
Right.
But compared to I forget what the album is called. It was a pretty good album. I saw it on a music review channel that I frequent. And the way that I was described, and I'm going to be outing myself for using his exact words.
Oh, boy.
But the way that this album was described is like, think of depression, anxiety, and like all like a horror movie like wrapped in an album,
Interesting.
and make it like as literally coherent as possible. and it's just the like, whew. It was a great listen, especially on like a stormy night where you just you're in your own thoughts.
No, I get that.
But it's
You look out the window, think you're in a music video.
except it's
Done
more
that.
it's instead of like Dito singing "My tea's gone cold, I'm wondering why." It's more of a "I wanna die."
Nice. Same.
Let me
So
while you're doing that. It's the album's called Daughters. You won't get what you want.
all right.
I'll play you some music after the podcast ends.
Well, that being said,
Speaking of the podcast
Speaking of
ending,
after the podcast,
we are out of time.
well, we've been out of time for a while. We're gonna have to edit this down.
I mean, we definitely have a spot that we can edit.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
A good third of this podcast.
It was 5 minutes. Come on, it was 5 minutes that felt like an eternity.
We're gonna have to learn how to edit.
Yeah. All right. That being said, guys, thank you for listening. Tune in next week
On YouTube.
on YouTube now.
Hopefully not in my car.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I hope
Two
not.
mics, one Mac. I'm Bennett. Sam.
What's up?
Special
Enrique.
guest Enrique.
Yeah.
Special, getting less special every
Be sure,
day.
be sure to give us a like, share us around, leave a comment,
Tell your parents.
subscribe.
Tell your dog.
Yeah. Subscribe. Turn that bell icon on.
Hit every
spam
possible-
Reddit with us. I
Hit
don't
every
know.
possible YouTube stereotype.
Use Twitch
Yeah.
Prime to subscribe to us.
What? That's you.
Follow us on Twitter. Like us on Facebook. Share us on MySpace. Put us on an
MySpace?
Instagram story.
Instagram.
Is there any other?
Is there any other platform?
Link us on LinkedIn.
Yeah,
LinkedIn.
Share us via WhatsApp. Use Viber to call your international family.
Make sure to Uber.
Snapchat our clips of our show.
Please Uber Eats from our restaurant.
Venmo us. I don't know.
Venmo us some money.
Or don't.
Or don't.
Or don't.
And that has been Two Mics One Mac.
That is 2 mics on Mac.
Cool.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, guys.